Drivin Ivan here, and I've reviewed the Passat many times before with different engines, but the one behind me is the top of the line for 2017, the SEL Premium with the V6. So will I be impressed? Let's find out. Well, I think it's definitely a nice looking and in many ways a classic sort of sedan. It's not aggressive, it doesn't try to stand out except for, of course, the large VW badge up front, which definitely lets you know that it is from the German automaker. And that's a good thing because it is a Volkswagen. The Volkswagen, it's the people's car. And that means you're going to get a great car at a very fair price. But I do like the overall look, and I think Volkswagen really pulled it off here because the Passat is quite large, but it doesn't look like it. The clean lines and the clean look continue into the interior. It won't bowl you over with high-end features like some of the German brands will, but that's not the point here. This is really a luxury sedan at a very fair price. You do get, of course, powered seats with lumbar support and memory. And those seats are quite sporty as well and very comfortable too. They hold you in well when cornering, and that's important. Don't get me wrong, it looks very sharp. I like the way they've combined this sort of wood inlay here with the dark sort of black color and the gray, and it flows really nicely across the dash, and it's really a great look overall. Like I said, clean lines, simple, and everything's laid out quite well. You get a automatic transmission with the ability to go into a sport mode and also to shift it yourself. That's great. Push button start, keyless entry, and really a lot of luxury features. You get adaptive cruise control, you get, of course, the steering wheel controls for your radio and Bluetooth and all that sort of thing. Even dual zone climate control. Light controls next to the steering wheel, and they are directional. When you turn the steering wheel, they kind of move around, which is quite cool. And of course, power mirrors, power windows and door locks as well. Some storage in the door here and a cup holder too. The gauges are very straightforward. You get a nice large tachometer on the left, and of course speedometer on the right, and then you have the information in the middle. It gives you lots of good information. You even get the flat bottom steering wheel that you see on a lot of German cars like Audis. But I think really what Volkswagen's trying to do, like they did with their Passat, is give you kind of great for the price of good. So that means while these knobs and buttons might not appear to be very high-end, they are quite easy to use and function very well. And that leads me to my Drivin Ivan technology integration score. And I do actually really like the infotainment screen. It's just really easy to navigate, get to your favorite channels, things like that. Very well laid out. You can scroll through your favorites here. I like to be able to see the song and title at the same time you can scroll, so that's really good. And you can get into navigation, information, media, you name it. It's pretty easy to get around in here, and I think they've done a good job with that. And the adaptive cruise control is quite easy to use. You can set your space cushion right here. That's the distance between the car in front of you. And Bluetooth, everything's integrated quite well in terms of the technology, and therefore I'll give them a very high score. I'll give them a strong 9.5 out of 10. Good job, Volkswagen. The armrest is quite large, and it also has deep storage and a charger as well. You get a rail handbrake and also 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage here. Plus, in front here, another charger and a place to hook up your smart or iPhone as well. All in all, it's a great interior that has the right amounts of luxury, tech, and comfort, and I think style too. Even in back, just like the front, you get heated seats, plus a USB charger, and also your own vent, which is nice, and seating for up to 3 across with really a lot of legroom for the mid-size sedan class here. And in the door, some storage too, and a cup holder. There's also a pass-through for skis, and you get a cup holder and armrest here, plus some storage underneath as well, even in the back. The trunk is actually really massive. Those are my Frisbee disc golf discs way in the back there. Check out my disc golf videos. If you don't know about the sport, you should try it. It's fun. And just look how deep the trunk is and just how large it is. Nice. there's some hidden storage underneath that you have your kind of donut spare tire, but it is quite a large donut. Powering the Passat is a V6 that makes 280 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 258 pound-feet of torque at 2,500 RPM. It's quite torquey, actually. Quarter mile time is 4.3 seconds, while 0 to 60 takes just 5.7 seconds. It's pretty quick. Fuel economy is rated at 20 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway. You can expect 23 miles per gallon overall. Pricing for the Jetta, that is of course the V6 SEL Premium Jetta, starts out at $33,995, and there's really no options because it's fully loaded top of the line, so you're out the dealer door at $34,815, and it includes some really great features, safety features too, like autonomous braking. You get the adaptive cruise control, which is really a great luxury feature because it lets you keep your foot off the accelerator and the brake, and lets really the car slow down and speed up for you, determined by a top speed that you set. So it's really, really nice. And it also has great tech and luxury too. Smarter iPhone compatibility, no problem. USB, excellent. Nice infotainment screen with navigation, Sirius XM radio, heated seats. Also heated seats in the back, and really every option that you would want. And it is a very large sedan also, lots of legroom in the back, huge trunk. So it's really everything you want from your sedan. So what makes the Volkswagen stand out from the competition, of which there's certainly plenty of competition in the midsize sedan market? Well, it's got the German engineering and that sort of something special Farfignugan that they used to talk about back in the day when they advertised Volkswagens. And really, growing up, just like I said in a recent Volkswagen review that I did, check that one out too. Check all my reviews out of Volkswagen and other cars out, of course, elsewhere on YouTube. But it's really the car that all my friends had, you know. Your parents might have driven the true luxury German marques like BMW and Audi, but a lot of the kids, they drove Volkswagens, even Passats back then. The Dasher, the Fox, the Cabrio convertibles. Lots of very lovely ladies that I went to school with had Cabrio convertibles, which at the time were called Rabbit convertibles. I'm dating myself. But anyway, it's really a car that kind of says success, not really the success in the corporate world, but a young person's success. Maybe if you're off to college or you're in high school and you've got your Volkswagen, you feel like you've got a very solid car. It's a German car, you know, and German cars, certainly in America, exude luxury, even at the Volkswagen level. You know you're getting a good car, you know you've got it at a fair price, but it certainly has a bit of yuppie prestige coming from many, many of those great classic movies of the 80s where many of the characters drove Volkswagens. St. Elmo's Fire, there was of course a pretty girl that drove a Volkswagen Cabriolet. And those memories stick with you, certainly if you're around my age. That's basically a Gen Xer. But I think that carries through because really retro is in these days, and I think people are watching these movies and Volkswagen's image stays with them. So what about the performance of this V6 Volkswagen? Well, it's certainly quite peppy and it's very quick off the line, but if you're not in the sport mode like I just switched it into the S, you might get a bit of lag from the traction control because you can definitely peel out from a stoplight, no problem. See? Once the traction control kicks in, you know, it gives you a little bit of hesitation, but then it's pure torque and pure power, and the handling is quite good. This is German engineering, of course, and this car is made to be on the Autobahn, driving at very fast speeds on the highway, certainly. Okay, now I'm in first gear, and it's very powerful. Holds the gear quite well. Got a nice V6 raspy engine sound, and it's nice. Certainly won't let you down in the corners. It's no GLI Jetta, but still very competent. It even has Park Pilot, which actually helps you park, so that's a pretty cool feature, and it has a really nice rear view camera as well that has sensors, so that if you're getting too close to an object, well, see, it'll tell you. Nice. So I've got my adaptive cruise control set to 54 miles an hour, and it doesn't matter really what happened in front of me, because see, look, the light just changed. I did not touch the brake at all. It says apply brake here, so it takes you down to about 5 miles an hour, whereas some of the other luxury cars will actually totally stop you, and then you'll just have to maybe press the resume button right here. This one works a little different. I can press resume now that I'm going again. There I go, and look, it's engaged again. So it's certainly not just a great luxury feature that keeps your feet rested, but it also is a great safety feature as well. Oh look, the light changed again, and again, I'm not going to press the brake at all, but look, we're slowing down because the adaptive cruise control is there for my safety. Man, is that a great feature. I don't think you can live without it these days. Of course, you also get blind spot monitoring as well, and really the lane keep assist on this is quite amazing, because if you start to drift, the Volkswagen even steers you back in. So Volkswagen really has high levels of safety integrated into the Passat here, and it is quite impressive. Checking out the night look here on the Passat, and regular viewers of mine will know that I'm not a fan of the red color at night, but the gauge cluster is nice and the infotainment screen is nice, but overall, I'd like to see less red. So the Passat is really a premium loaded mid-size sedan, and most importantly, I think it comes at a very, very fair price. Of course, it's important that it has the V6 engine to many people, and that it's fun to drive, and it won't let you down there either. And I think it's really just a great looking and classically styled German sedan too, that comes with all of that cachet associated with German sedans. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and also my Facebook page, and check out all my other video reviews on YouTube here. Thanks for watching. I'm Drivin' Ivan.